Now, I would like to consider maximum and minimum values of, that is a function of, that is f theta equal to a cos theta plus or minus b sin theta. It can either be plus or minus in between here. That is cos theta, a cos theta plus b sin theta. Now, the expression that is a cos theta plus b sin theta may be expressed in the form that is r cos in terms of theta minus plus alpha. You see, if this is plus, if we are considering plus, then whatever should be here should be minus. And if it is minus, we consider it to be plus. We express it and then you see, or we can consider r sine in terms of theta plus or minus, that is beta, where alpha and beta are acute angles, that is the first quadrant, and then the r is positive, that is greater than 0. Now, our first instance, we have a cos theta plus or minus b sin theta, and this can be expressed in the form r cos, that is theta minus plus alpha. Now, let's consider the first one. Let's consider the first one. Let's suppose that a, that is a cos theta plus b sin theta. Let's express it in the form that is cos theta minus alpha. Now, if this is positive, then if you are considering cos, then whatever that is here should be minus. Now, let's see. We have a cos theta plus b sin theta. Let's expand this. Let's factorize this. Now, we have this to be r cos theta cos alpha. That is factorizing. Plus r. That is sin theta sin alpha. Now, only cos theta, if you have cos a plus b, is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Now, there's r multiplying it. So, this r will multiply, that is the cos, and also multiply the sine. Now, comparing coefficients, now let's see, you can see cos theta here, we can see cos theta. So you can say that a cos theta, this will be equal to r cos theta cos alpha. That's this part and then that part, because there's cos theta and cos theta over there. What can we see? Cos theta and cos theta will cancel out. So we have a equal to r cos alpha. Also, b sin theta will be equal to what? B, let's call this equation 1. B sin theta, and this is equal to what? R sin theta sin alpha. Clearly, what can we see? Sin theta will cancel out. So you have B to be equal to R sin alpha. This is equation 2. Now, when I divide, that is 2 by 1, what do I have? Tan alpha. So from here, I can say 2 divided by 1. Now, so I have R sin alpha equal to B. Now, this over this, so that is R cos alpha and then over A. This R is cancelling R. So what do we have? We have tan alpha equal to B over A. So our alpha is just tan inverse of B over A. What again can we see? Can we see we have A here and then B here? Now let's square equation 1. So here when you square this, we have A square, which is equal to R cos alpha all square. And this is A square, that is R square cos square alpha. Now let's see the second one to B. Let's see B. We know B is R sin alpha. So B square, that is R square sin alpha square. Adding 1 and 2, so you have A square plus B square. This will be equal to R square cos square alpha plus R square sin square alpha. Now what can we see? R square, we can factorize R square out. What is left? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. So you have a square plus b square. Now, what is cos square alpha plus sin square alpha? That is just 1. So you have r squared times 1. We have cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. It's just 1. We have a square plus b square. So what do you have over here? So you have r square equal to a square plus b square. So we have r to be equal to square root a square plus b square. That is plus or minus. But then what is our r? Our r is greater than 0. Therefore r is just equal to a square plus b square. Therefore a cos theta plus b sin theta, we know this is the same as r, which is cos theta minus alpha. What is our r? We had our r to be a square plus b square, and then cos, what's the theta minus alpha? What is our alpha? Where alpha is tan inverse of, that is, we had it to be b over a. We have considered the first part when it is in terms of cos. Now what about when it is, we want to express in terms of the sign, that is a cos theta plus b sin theta. If you want to express in terms of the sign, so you have a cos theta plus or minus b sin theta, which is equal to r sin, that is theta plus beta I want to express it in this form. Now let's factorize this. So this is just r sin theta cos beta plus r cos theta sin beta. Now if we have, that is, if we have sin a plus b, we want to factorize. This is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. So that's what we use over here. So here we have a cos theta plus b sin theta. Now when you are comparing the coefficients, what can we see? This and that. So you can say that we have cos theta, and there's also cos theta also over here. So we have a cos theta equal to r cos theta sin beta. Cos theta and cos theta will cancel. So you have a equal to r sin beta. Let's call this equation 1. And then comparing coefficient of the sin theta, this will also go with the first one. So you have b sin theta to equal to r sin theta cos beta. Now let's see, sin theta and sin theta will cancel out. So what do you have? B to be equal to r cos beta. Now clearly 1 divided by 2 will give us tan. So let's see, we can say 1 divided by 2. Now let's see, so in that regard we have r sin beta all over r cos beta. What is the sign? That is a over b. This and this will cancel. Sine over cos is tan. So we have tan beta equal to a over b. Beta will be tan inverse of a over b. That is beta. Now let's square the first one. If you square this, we get a squared to be equal to r squared sine square beta, because ab all to the power n is a and bn. And then also b squared, that will be r squared cos square beta. We are using ab all to the power n, which is a n bn. Now adding these two, that is a squared plus b squared equal to r squared sine square beta plus r squared cos square beta. R squared, we can factorize it out. What do you have? Sine square beta plus cos square beta. We have a square plus b square. Sine square beta plus cos square beta is 1. So we have r square equal to a squared plus b squared. Therefore, our r will be square root of a squared plus b squared. Now, this will be plus or minus, but then we know our r should be greater than 0. It should be positive, so we take only this. Therefore, our a cos theta plus b sin theta. We have our r. What is our r? Our r, that is square root of a squared plus b squared sin theta plus beta. And then our beta is tan inverse of a over b. Now, something that we are supposed to note, now, sine x is between 1 and then is between negative, sine x is between, that's negative 1 and then 1. So we say the minimum value is negative 1, the maximum value is that. So clearly, what can we also say? We can say that sine theta plus beta, this is greater or equal to negative 1, greater or equal to, that is positive 1. But it's being multiplied by this, so you have to multiply through the same thing. That's negative. We have a squared plus b squared, and we have the same thing, a squared plus b squared multiplied it. So we have sine theta plus beta less or equal to the same thing multiplying it. We have square root of a squared plus b squared. Clearly, this is the minimum value. This is the minimum. This is the minimum value, and then this one is the maximum value. Now let's see the first example. Express each of the following in the form r cos, that is x minus alpha, where r is greater than 0 and alpha is the smallest angle possible. Now the first one, you have sine x plus cos x. So the first one, that is sine x plus cos x, and this is, we are supposed to express in the form r cos x minus alpha. Now let's factorize the right hand side. So you have r, and here this r is multiplying everything inside. So you have cos x cos alpha plus sine x sine alpha, and this is just r cos s cos alpha plus r sine x sine alpha, and we have sine x plus cos x. Now comparing the coefficients of sine x, you can see sine x here, we can also see sine x over there. So what can we see? That's comparing coefficients. Sine x will be equal to this one. So you have r sine x sine alpha. Now sine x will divide. So you have 1 equal to r sine alpha. Now let's call this equation 1. What can you also see? Cos x and then this one. So comparing that one, we can say cos x equal to r cos x cos alpha. Clearly cos s will cancel cos x. So you have 1 equal to r cos alpha. Now I want to find alpha and then r. So let's call this 2. Now finding alpha, how can you find alpha? What can we see? Equation 1 divided by equation 2. And what do you have? We have r sine, so you have r sine alpha all over r cos alpha equal to 1 over 1 over 1 is the same as 1. So here, this r cancel r, sine alpha over cos alpha, this is giving us tan alpha. So you have tan alpha equal to 1. We want to find alpha. Alpha equal to tan inverse of 1. And this is 45 degrees. This is 45 degrees. So we've been able to find alpha. That's the smallest possible angle. Now I want to find r. What can we do? When we square 1, what are we getting? That's 1 square equal to r square sine square alpha. That is, you are squaring this. So this 1 equal to r square sine square alpha. Now squaring equation 2 to, you have r 1 square equal to r square cos square alpha. And this is just 1 equal to r square cos square alpha. Now adding these two, we have 1 plus 1 equal to r square sine square alpha plus r square cos square alpha. That is adding this and that. R square is common, so let me factorize r square out. What do I have? Sine square alpha plus cos square alpha. Because r square common factorize, we have sine square alpha, we also have cos square alpha. What do you have? 1 plus 1? This is giving us to sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is 1. So in this case, we have r square here equal to 2. We want to find r. So our r will be equal to square root of 2. It's supposed to be plus or minus, but because it's greater than 0, therefore r is 2. Therefore, sine x plus cos x, the same we should express in the form r. We have cos x minus alpha. Now what is r? Root 2. And we have cos x minus alpha. What is the alpha? We had alpha to be 45 degrees. Now assuming they ask us to find the maximum value, the maximum value will be root 2 and the minimum value will be negative root 2, because cos x minus 45 will be in between 1 and the negative 1, and then when you multiply through with the 2, you get that is negative root 2 and then positive root 2. So the minimum is negative root 2 and then the maximum is positive root 2. Now let's see the second one. What are we supposed to do first to factorize the right hand side? So this is just r cos x cos alpha and then positive. That is r sine x sine alpha. We have 4 cos x plus 3 sine x. Comparing coefficient. That is 4 cos x. We can see cos x here. So clearly, what can we see? 4 cos x will be equal to r cos x cos alpha. Cos x and cos x here will cancel. So you have 4 equal to r cos alpha. Let's call this equation 1. Now let's see the equation 2. We have 3 sine x, r sine x sine alpha. So comparing that one, we have 3 sine x equal to r sine x sine alpha. Now sine x sine s will cancel, so you have 3 to be equal to r sine alpha. We want to find alpha and then r. Clearly, let's call this equation 2. So you can say that 2 divided by 1. I know I'll get tan. Sine over cos is tan. So I have r sine alpha all over r cos alpha equal to 3 over 4. This and this will cancel. So what do you have? Tan alpha. So you have tan alpha equal to 3 over 4. Therefore, alpha will be tan inverse of 3 over 4. And what is tan inverse of 3 over 4? Tan inverse of 3 over 4 is giving us that is 36.87 degrees. That is our alpha. We're also supposed to find r. How do you find r? Always. So you square the first one. When you square the first one, you get 4 square equal to r square cos square alpha. And this is just 16 r square cos square alpha. And then squaring the second, you have 3 square equal to r sine alpha all square. So you have 9 to be equal to r square sine square alpha. Clearly adding these two, so you can say 16 plus 9. That will be r square cos square alpha plus r square sine square alpha. Now r square is common. We factorize cos square and then you're left with cos square alpha plus sine square alpha. Now cos square alpha plus sine square alpha is 1. So we have 25. So clearly you have r squared equal to 25. Therefore our r will be square root of 25, which is equal to 5. Hence our 4 cos x plus 3 sin x, they are saying we should express in the form r cos x minus alpha. What is r? 5 cos x minus alpha. What did you get for the alpha? That is 36.87 degrees. And assuming we have been asked to find the maximum would have been what is multiplying it, which is 5, then the minimum will also be negative 5. Now the third one, so we have to factorize the right hand side so that we can find our r and then our alpha. Now when we factorize the right hand side, we have r, that will be cos s cos alpha plus r sin x sin alpha. So you have square root of 2 cos x plus sin x. Now comparing coefficient, that is cos x and then cos x. So you have root of 2 cos x equal to r cos x cos alpha. That is comparing this. Now dividing cos s, we have root 2 equal to r cos alpha. Let's call this equation 1. And now the second one, sin x equal to, that is r sin x sin alpha. Now over here, what can we see? Sin x is cancelling out sin x. So what do you have? 1 equal to r sin alpha. Now this one is equation 2. Clearly dividing this and this, we have tan alpha. So I'll say that 2 divided by 1. What do we have? R sin alpha all over r cos alpha is equal to 1 over root of 2. Now this and this will cancel, sine over cos, that is tan. So we have tan alpha equal to 1 over root 2. Finding alpha, we have alpha to be equal to tan inverse of 1 over root 2. Now what is tan inverse of 1 over root 2? And this is giving us 35.26 degrees. Now what can we do? When we square 1, then we square 2. When we square 1, what are we getting? We get root 2 square equal to r cos alpha all square. And this is just r square cos square alpha. And this is just giving us 2. Also squaring the second one, you have 1 square equal to r sin alpha all square. And this is just 1 equal to r square sin square alpha. Now adding this and that, what do you have? 2 plus 1 equal to, that is r square cos square alpha plus r square sin square alpha. R square is common. Factorize r square out. What do you have? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. Now cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is 1. So just r square, and this is just 3. 2 plus 1, this is just 3. We want to find r. So square root, therefore r, which is square root of 3, to be plus or minus, but then the r should be greater than 0. Now, we know our r, we know our alpha. Therefore, root 2 cos x plus sin x, this is equal to, what is our r? Our r is root 3. Cos, we have x minus alpha. Now what is our alpha? We had our alpha to be this. Now we've been getting if r is greater than 0 and alpha is the smallest positive angle possible. We should express in the form requires and hence determine the maximum and minimum value. Now the first one we are being told to express it in the form r cos, that is x plus alpha. Why is it plus? Because this place is negative, so here will be what? Positive. Now the first part we have 8 cos x minus 15 sin x. So this is equal to, that is r cos, we have x plus alpha. Now what are we supposed to do? First, to factorize the right hand side. So this is just the same as r cos x cos alpha minus r sin x sin alpha. So that is 8 cos x minus 15 sin x. Now compare coefficient. That's comparing coefficient. 8 cos x will be equal to what? R cos x cos alpha. So we have 8 cos x. This is equal to R cos x cos alpha. What can we see? Cos x cos alpha can cancel out. So what do you have? 8 equal to R cos alpha. That's equation 1. Let's also see the second one. What can we see? We have sin x and then we also have sin x. So we can see 15 sin s equal to r sin s sin alpha. So the second one we have 15 sin x equal to r sin x sin alpha. Now let's note something. You see this negative and that negative. This negative and that negative will cancel out. So we have this. So sin x will cancel out. We have 15 equal to, that is r sin alpha. This equation 2. Dividing this by this, we'll get tan. So I'll say equation 2 divided by equation 1. And what do you have? Sin alpha, r sin alpha over r cos alpha equal to 15 all over 8. Now, what do you have here? Tan alpha equal to 15 over 8. Why? R and R will cancel. I want to find alpha. So alpha is equal to tan inverse of 15 over 8. Now what is tan inverse of 15 over 8? Now using the calculator, tan inverse of 15 over 8, this is equal to 61.93 degrees. Now what's the next step? So we know alpha, we have to find our r. We have to find our r. So what do? When you have to square this and then that, so squaring 1 and 2 and adding, that is 1 plus 2 square. Now that will be 8 square plus 15 square equal to this square, that is r square cos square alpha plus r square sin square alpha. Now when you add this will give us 2, 8, 9. What do you have? R square. You can factorize r square out. Always r square out. R square, R square. What do you have? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. Now cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is 1. So we have this. We have r square equal to 2, 8, 9. If you want to find r, r will be equal to square root of 2, 8, 9. And this is 17. Therefore, 8 cos x minus 15 sin x. We are being told to express in the form, that is r cos, we have x plus alpha. Now, what is r? 17. X, what is alpha? Alpha, we don't do alpha, so we have to find alpha. Now, alpha is 61.93. So that is 61.93 degrees. We want to find the maximum and then the minimum value. Now we know that cos x is just between -1 and then +1. Therefore, that is cos x plus 61.93 degrees is also just between -1 and then +1. But what is multiplying? 17, so we multiply 17 through. So we have -17 17 cos x plus 61.93. 17. So our maximum value is 17, and then our minimum value is negative 17. Now let's see the second one to find the maximum and then the minimum value. Now with this we have to factorize the right hand side. So this is just r sine x cos alpha plus r cos x sine alpha. That is 5 sine x plus 12 cos x. Comparing coefficients. That's comparing coefficient. What can we see? 5 sine x. We have r sine x cos alpha. So we have 5 sine x will be equal to r sine x cos alpha. Sine x sine s will cancel out. What is left? 5 equal to r cos alpha. Let's call this equation 1. Let's also see the second one, 12 cos x. We have cos x sine x. So that is 12 cos x equal to r cos x sine alpha. Cos x will cancel. We have 12 equal to r sine alpha. Equation 2. This divided by this will give me 10. So I'll see that 2 divided by 1. And that will be what? R sine alpha all over r cos alpha equal to 12 over 5. This will cancel this. What do you have? Tan alpha equal to 12 over 5. So our alpha will be equal to tan inverse of 12 over 5. Now, what is tan inverse of 12 over 5? Tan inverse of 12 over 5 is giving us, so our alpha is equal to 67.38. We want to find r. So how can we find r? Square 1, square 2, and then we add. So that is 1 square plus 2 square. Now, 1 square, we have 5 square plus that is the 12 square equal to, we have r square cos square alpha plus r square sine square alpha. Now this will be 169. Always r square is common, so we have to factorize the r square out. So we have r equal to square root of 169. And this is just 13. This is just 13. So therefore our 5 sine x plus 12 cos x, this is equivalent to what? R sine x plus alpha. Now what is r? 13. Sine, we have x plus, what is the angle? What's the angle? The angle is 67.38. Now, looking at this, clearly the maximum value is always what is multiplying it, which is 13. And then the minimum value, that is negative 13. Now let's see the third one. The third one, please try the third one. It is an easy thing. Try the third one. Now, this is a past question. Given that f of x is, that's 3 cos x plus 2 sine x, where x is between that is 0 and then 360. The first one is, what is the maximum value of f of x? So first, we are supposed to express it either in terms of, that is r cos x minus alpha. So here, what is my f of x? My f of x is, that is 3 cos x plus 2 sine x. So I have to express in the form 3 cos x plus 2 sine x. That is in the form r cos x minus alpha. where the r is greater than 0, and then alpha, that's acute angle. Now, why am I using minus? Because when I factorize, I'll be getting positive. That is when it is cos. But if I use sign, then it's supposed to be what? Positive. Now here, you can decide to use it as a cos or the sign. But then if you're using the sign, it's going to be positive. But because I'm using the cos, this is going to be negative. Now, expanding this, I have r cos s cos alpha plus r sin x sin alpha. That is 3 cos x plus 2 sin x. Now, comparing coefficients, that's cos, I have cos x here, there's also cos x here. So comparing coefficients, now I have 3 cos x will be equal to r cos x cos alpha. What can we see? Cos s is cancelling out cos x. So you have 3 equal to r cos alpha. Let's call it equation 1. And then secondly, what do you have? 2 sin x. And clearly, we'll compare it also with this. So we have 2 sin x. And this will be equal to r sin x sin alpha. Sin x will cancel. So we have 2 equal to r sin alpha. Equation 2. Now let's see equation 2 divided by equation 1, because I know if I divide this by that, I'll get tan. So I have sin alpha over cos alpha, there's r here, equal to 2 over 3. This can cancel this. So this will give us tan alpha equal to 2 over 3. So alpha is equal to tan inverse of 2 all over 3. Now, what is the answer for tan inverse of 2 over 3? And this is just 33.69. So we are done with alpha. We also have to find our r. How can we find our r? Now let's square 1. 1 square plus 2 square. Now 1 square, it is going to be this 3 square, and then that is this square plus this square. So that will be 2 square equal to the up 1 square. So you're going to get r square cos square alpha plus r square sin square alpha. R square common, factorize it out. What is left? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is 1. So you have r square. 3 square is 9 plus 4. That's 13. So you have r square to equal to 13. Therefore, r equal to square root of 13. It's plus or minus, but because r is positive, we have that. Therefore, we can express our f of x, that is r root 13, and then cos x minus alpha. What is the alpha? Our alpha, we have the alpha to be 33.69 degrees. That is our f of x. Clearly, the question is saying that, says that, what is the maximum value of f of x? Therefore, the first one, maximum value. So the maximum value of f of x is positive root of 13. That's the maximum value of f of x. Now the second one says, for what value of x is f of x maximum? So clearly, what do we know? F of x is maximum when that is cos x minus 33.69 degrees is equal to 1. It is maximum when it's equal to 1. So we have x minus 33.69 equal to cos inverse of 1. Cos inverse of 1 is 0. So we have our x to be 33.69. Now let's see, this says that find the value of x for which this is maximum. So this is a past question. We have root 3 sine x plus cos x. Now let's express this in terms of r sine, that is x plus alpha, where r is greater than 0 and then alpha is an acute angle. So what are you supposed to do? Find r and then alpha. Now let's factorize this. We have r sine x cos alpha plus r cos x sine alpha. Now this is root 3 sine x plus cos x. Now what can we do from here? You have to compare the coefficient. Now sine x here, so comparing coefficient. What do you have? Root 3 sine x equal to r sine x cos alpha. Sine x is cancelling out. So what do you have? Root 3 equal to r cos alpha. This is equation 1. Now let's see cos x. We also have cos x here. So we have cos x equal to r cos x sine alpha. What can we see? Cos s will cancel out. What do you have here? 1 r sine alpha. Now this divided by the equation 1 will give us tan. So you say that equation 2 divided by equation 1. Now what do we have? So we have r sine alpha all over r cos alpha equal to 1 all over cos alpha. What is a cos alpha? Cos alpha is root 3. So this will give us tan alpha equal to 1 over root 3. This will cancel that. Now, so our alpha will be equal to tan inverse of 1 over root 3. And tan inverse of 1 over root 3, this is 30 degrees. So we know our alpha. We have to find our r. What do? We square equation 1 and then we add it to equation 2. So 1 square plus 2 square. Now 1 square, what do we have? We have root 3 square and then 2 square. We have 1 square equal to the first one, r square cos square alpha plus r square sine square alpha. What do you have here? 3 plus 1 r square cos square alpha plus sine square alpha. Now what do you have here? 4 equal to r square. We have 1. So you have r square equal to 4. Therefore r equal to square root of 4, and this is 2 plus or minus 2. But because it should be greater than 0, so our r is 2. Therefore, what do we have? Therefore, our root 3 sine x plus cos x equal to r. What is our r? 2. So you have sine, that is x, plus alpha. What is alpha? 30 degrees. Now the question says that find the value of x for which this is maximum. And clearly this is maximum when, that is maximum when sine, that is x plus 30 degrees, this is equal to 1. We want to find x, so x plus 30 degrees equal to sine inverse of 1. And x plus 30, sine inverse of 1 is 90. So our x will be equal to 90 minus 30. Our x equal to 60 degrees. Now let's see this example. Express 2 sine 2x plus cos 2x in the form r sine 2x plus alpha. Hence, we should solve the equation 2 sine 2x plus cos 2x equal to 1, giving a values of x between 0 and then 360 degrees. Now we are supposed to express that as 2 sine 2x plus cos 2x, that is in the form r sine 2x plus alpha. What are you supposed to do? Expand, that is factorize the right hand side. So we want to find r and then alpha. Now in this case, what are we going to get? R sine 2x cos alpha plus r cos 2x sine alpha. So you have 2 sine 2x plus cos 2x. Now comparing coefficients, what do we have? We can say 2 sine 2x, we have sine 2x over here equal to r sine 2x cos alpha. Sine 2x will cancel, so we have 2 equal to r cos alpha. Let's call this equation 1. And then let's see the second one. We have cos 2x equal to r cos 2x sine alpha. Now cos 2x will cancel cos 2x. So what do you have? 1 equal to r sine alpha. Now this is equation 2. Now I want to find alpha, so dividing 2 by 1, so I can say equation 2 divided by 1, and this implies that they have r sine alpha all over r cos alpha equal to 1 over 2. Now from here I have tan alpha equal to 1 over 2. This will cancel this, so alpha will be, that is tan inverse of 1 over 2, and tan inverse of 1 over 2, this is giving us 26.57 degrees. So that is alpha. We are also supposed to find, that is r. How do you find r? By squaring 1 and then we add it to the square of the second equation. So that is 1 square plus 2 square. Now 1 square, that's giving us 2 square plus, that is 1 square equal to r square cos square alpha plus r square sine square alpha. Now r square is common. We can factorize r square out. So we have cos square alpha plus sine square alpha. Now this will give us 4 plus 1 5. So we have 5 equal to r squared. Now cos square alpha plus sine square alpha is 1. We have r squared, therefore our r equal to square root of 5. Now what is square root of 5? Square root of 5 is 1. Here we have square root of 5. It's supposed to be what? Plus or minus. But then here, because it should be greater than 0, so our r is 5. Therefore, the question says we should put 2 sine 2x plus cos 2x in the form r, so we have 2x plus alpha. So in this case, r sine, what is our r? Our r is root 5. Sine, we have 2x. What is 2x? 2x plus alpha. What is the alpha? That is 26.57. And that is our 2 sine 2x plus cos 2x. Now this is the first part. Now and then after that, what are they saying? Hence solve the equation this equal to 1. So we should solve it when it is equal to 1. Now we have 2 sine 2x plus cos 2x equal to 1. Now what is this? This one is just this. So we have root 5 sine 2x plus 26.57 degrees equal to 1. I want to find x. So this will go there. So I have sine 2x plus 26.57 degrees equal to 1 all over root 5. Now I want to find x, so I have to find sine inverse of that, or probably looking for the basic angle. So basic angle. So we have sine alpha equal to 1 over root of 5. Therefore, our alpha is equal to sine inverse of 1 over root of 5. Now, what is sine inverse of this? Now, this is the same as that's 26.565. So, what does this mean? Now, it is sine, and then this sine, this is positive. And because it is positive, we know our quadrants, sine is positive over here and then over there. So we have, that is the angle, that is 2x plus 2x.57. This equal to, that's the first one, which is 26.565. Clearly 2x will be equal to 0 because this one is 0. Therefore our x is 0. Also, that is the first one, and then the second one. So also you have 2x plus 26.57. Now this will be equal to the second one. What is the second one? The second one is giving us, that is 180 minus 26.5, that is 565. That is the angle over here. Now this would also come here. So you have 2x equal to 180 minus 26.565 minus 26.57. Now working out this, we have, this is giving us, that is 126.86. That's 2x. We want to find x. So when you divide this by 2, we have 63.43 degrees. So the angles will be, that is, we have 0, so we have x equal to 0, and then 63.43 degrees.